Obvious. I like it. Good evening. This is HNN, the Holotable News Network, because you're not even remotely close to around-the-clock Star Wars, Galaxy of Heroes, news, reactions, reviews, theory crafting, and more source. I'm Faith34, your host. Today, joined, as always, by my two distinguished co-hosts, Sir Georges. Welcome back.
Thank you, Faye. I'm happy to be back.
Excellent, excellent. And the ever-illustrious Sea Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just a little dramatic pause for a second.
Yeah, I thought you forgot my name.
No. I just wanted to build you up a little bit and know that you're obviously the big star. So you deserve some fanfare. That's all. As always, we'll start the show with your HNN headline news. And today we have 4 headlines, if I knew how to count. Number 1, talked a little bit about it last time, but the Mandalorian trio kits have arrived. I took the Sarah route. I really don't know what they do. Like, I played through the events, I guess. But so Sarah, surprise us both on Cara Dune. Fill us in all the details and if she's good or not.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, Cara Dune. Light side, tank, rebel, scoundrel. Okay. Cool. Basic, bar room brawler. All right. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If there is a scoundrel ally in the leader slot, Cara Dune gains stealth until the end of her next turn. If there is a rebel ally in the leader slot, Cara Dune loses stealth and gains taunt for 2 turns. Okay.
Right, that's a really weird combination.
It's a super weird combination, particularly because she's a tank.
It is. I mean, obviously stealth tanks like Juhani are great, so let's keep that in mind.
Okay, fine. Special 1, improvised strategy, cooldown of 2. Cara Dune gains potency up for 1 turn, then deals physical damage to all enemies and removes 50% of their turn meter. Empire enemies are stunned for 1 turn. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. I like it.
AoE plus some turn meter removal. I'm assuming not against Vader, but you know. Okay, unique 1, infiltrator. Oh, while stealth, Cara Dune, I can't read anymore. While stealth, Cara Dune has plus 100% critical chance and plus 50% critical damage. When Cara Dune loses taunt, she gains stealth for 1 turn at the start of her next turn. All right.
Yeah, okay. More taunt, more stealth.
Okay.
That's where the differentiation between the potential to be an attacker or a tank is coming in.
Yeah. It's a good point.
I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, but okay. And then her second unique, ex-rebel shock trooper, which is a Zeta. Cara Dune gains critical hit immunity for 2 turns and plus 100% turn meter whenever an Empire enemy is defeated, and half that amount for non-Empire enemies. If Cara Dune has potency up when she is defeated, she is revived with 50% of her max health and gains potency up for 1 turn. All right.
And the Zeta is the revive part? Do we know that? So as I can look it up.
I don't know. Do you know, Sergi?
Check in game. I do not know.
I would love to check, but I'm still on wave 1 of assault battles.
Just on auto. Let's see here. .dg says when she has potency up, revive. Yep. That seems like the right one for it.
Okay. Yeah, that does seem like it. I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it.
Yeah, it's not bloated or anything like that. 1 Zeta.
It sounds like you will get to pick if you want her to be a tank or if you want her to be not a tank. In a weird way.
Yes. You get to pick based on your leader.
Yeah.
which is kind of cool because within the same character, you can choose which part of her life to represent.
I like that from that perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a cool way to look at it.
It would be nice if she could function as both within the same match, or you could choose a way, like choose which one you want her to be without it having to be dependent on the leader slot.
Right.
Why not both situation? Are there any scoundrel rebel leaders?
There are. And even if they aren't a leader, you put them in the leader slot, it would then fulfill both. And when that happens...
Oh, that's a good point.
Stormtrooper Han is one example.
Right.
When that happens, it will default to the stealth version, I believe.
Got it. Did they say that in the insight or something?
Developer insight, yeah.
That was nice of them to actually have thought of that.
Something where the... Actually, maybe they default to the scoundrel. It's whichever thing where stealth, overrides taunt, or taunt overrides stealth. Let me check to be sure now. Okay, if you put a rebel who's also a scoundrel in the leader slot, on Solo, for instance, Cara Dune will gain stealth first, but immediately lose it due to the rebel lead. So effectively, no advantage to having both faction categories in the lead.
Oh, that's the worst case scenario.
Stupid.
That's stupid.
Isn't it?
Boo.
Why wouldn't you just make it default?
We were just talking about hey, yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. We'll work this out. Then we have both. And they made it worse. What should we have expected?
Are you surprised?
No.
Oh, man.
Bummer. Sergi, have you, what are your Cara thoughts?
I really like the character in the show. So I'm really happy about the 3 additions to the game from Mandalorian. That said, I also really like 50% turn meter reduction with only a 2-turn cooldown.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I just am not sure how she can be used because of the, insane power creep that keeps coming into the game. Whatever team you put her on, Rebel or Scoundrel, I don't know if she'll be able to affect where that team is in ranking.
There's C team tiers right now, C tier teams now. She doesn't change that.
Right. So I don't want to speak hastily, but I feel like CG has really cut their appeal of new marquees because of the insanity of Galactic Legends. No new marquee is going to hold the candle to the last couple metas.
And if they did, then that would be its own problem too, in a way.
Right. But that said, I like that she switched between both. I don't know her stats, like if it's useful to have her as a tank or as a attacker, or because they tried to make her be both, she's not good at either.
I would bet that's the truth. No, I really think that's probably, if I look up, I'm on .gg right now, I bet if we look up her stats, she's in the middle of both of those things.
Yeah, she's not top tier to either end.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. Simple kit. Good having her in the game.
Oh no, she's high protection. She's 6th on protection. So, she's bulky, but her armor is super low for a tank. Definitely bottom half. For sure. I like that potency up. It's a thing on her. Yeah. No one else cares about potency up.
Yeah. And it actually helps her with the turn meter reduction.
Yeah. And the stuns against all those dreaded empires in the meta. But very useful. All right then. On to a number 2. Sarah, you're the Cara Dune in our trio. So I need you to tell us, and I need specifics here.
Oh,
Which
no.
one of us is Greef and which one of us is Mando? And then that person will read the kit. So you're put on the spot here, and I need some reasons behind it.
Oh, no. I didn't know I'd have to give reasons.
Reasons.
Did you already come up with a decision?
I did. I did. I
didn't want to spring that on you entirely, but now we need a that's no fun if. By the way, I'm good either way. I really see benefits to both of them.
Yeah,
so.
I'm good either way.
Sir G might be offended,
right
but
answer.
I'm good either way, but don't be wrong. No.
Guys, you're making me do this, and I'm like the worst person to do this.
I feel like that's why we do it.
What was your decision before?
I was going to say that I feel like Faye is Mando and Sir G is Greef, which I can tell Sir G does not agree with.
Why?
And my thought process was because I can see Faye just like going in and like not giving a flying F and doing whatever he wants. But now I'm kind of like, now I don't know.
I'm really glad we made you
I was trying to tie it to like a theory crafting thing.
Yeah, right? Okay. But you'd have to know the kit for that. So
right? See, I don't know the kit. This is the problem. Can I sneak peek the kits?
No. Well, I mean,
I'll go over Greef.
Someone's got to read it here. So, all right. Greef is going over himself.
New thought. Because Faye is the host, and I view Mando as like the leader.
That's fair.
Excellent.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay.
That is a fair assessment. That has nothing to do with kids.
Is Greef? I will bring them in cold.
He'll make us
there might be a payout out for you.
Make himself, stew. It'll be good.
Okay, Greef Karga, the true hero of the show.
Thanks, Sarah.
Who it should have focused on.
Yeah, the true hero. Yeah, true hero. Wouldn't that be a good, like, if the show's name was the Greef Karga?
Yes. Greef Karga, played by the very cool... This is Apollo Creed, right?
Yeah, Carl Weathers. You bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very cool. Great actor. Loved having him in the show. Glad he did not die. Spoiler alert.
No, good. Yeah, I'm with you there.
He is a light side port leader, bounty hunter scoundrel. The first light side bounty hunter to enter the game. Is the Mandalorian? No. Greef is. Now Greef's
I'm gonna have to come with my own, like, why Greef is better or Mando is better.
He is a bounty hunter support that provides recovery and assist calls. His basic is dual shot. Final text: deal physical damage to target enemy twice and inflict daze for 2 turns. All allies with payouts active recover 5% health and protection. Special 1, bring them in cold. Sarah! Cooldown of 6. Dispel all buffs on target enemy, which can't be evaded. Then call all other bounty hunter allies to assist. Allies with payouts active deal 30% more damage. If the enemy is defeated by this ability, Sarah! Bounty hunter allies gain...
Kara.
Yes, Kara.
Yeah.
Kara. Bounty hunter allies gain offense up, defense penetration up, critical chance up, critical damage up, and health steal up for 3 turns. So basically, everything that improves damage in the game is given to them.
Which is great
that was...
if you're theory crafting.
True. It's like a mini, maybe even a full illuminated Destiny. When I was doing the event, like that goes off and the whole galaxy turns green type of thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Which would work well in raids because, they throw up these annoying little side characters. So you just cycle through killing them.
Yep.
Then you got 3 turns of these awesome buffs. So it might turn out to be better than Illuminated Destiny, but only for bounty hunters.
Oh yeah, that's true. That could go on anyone, but that's a good point. I'm still, speaking of raids, I'm really excited for that one they said that's coming up soon.
No.
So
No. If you remember a couple of months ago on the show, when my enthusiasm was very low, I said, for sure, I'm gonna, wait to see what the new raid is gonna be like, and that'll, set the fate of what's gonna happen with the game. And they aren't even gonna have one.
What? Oh,
Spoiler.
Yeah, we'll get there. I just had to. You brought that up now. I was like, okay.
I knew
all right.
I knew it. They only teased it. We'll get to it later. I knew it wasn't going to be real.
They did not sweeten the deal. Hey, what's special 2?
Right, special 2 is sweeten the deal.
Huh.
Cooldown of 5. Final text. Dispel all debuffs on bounty hunter allies. All bounty hunter allies gain retribution for 2 turns and recover 25% health and protection, doubled if they have a payout active. Allies with payouts active gain tenacity up for 2 turns and 50% turn meter. Wow.
Yeah, I mean gotta get to them payouts.
Yeah. So this
gotta get to them payouts.
This is a new character that dispels and puts tenacity up, which is
those are
Rex,
great.
Rex and
yeah,
that's pretty much it. Who does?
I mean, kind of Jedi Knight Revan, but not in like that. It's not in a move. You start with it, and he can use his dispel later, right. In a way. Yeah.
And then the retribution will be very good. Well, on offense, tricking teams that like to do AoEs. Okay, leadership, loyalty pays. Final text, allied bounty hunters gain 30% max protection. Whenever an allied bounty hunter gains a buff, they recover 5% protection. When Greef is in the leader slot and not the ally slot, the following contract is active. Contract, attack out of turn 20 times. Only bounty hunters can contribute. The reward, all bounty hunters' allies have their payouts activated and gain 20% critical chance and offense.
That's disappointing. No?
It is.
I hadn't read it's Bosk's lead, but only not as much max protection and not as much recovery, right? Like
whereas I think Bosk is it's buffs and when they get resisted. They get
correct, and protection and health, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one isn't as good, but it's still good. Like when it comes to bounty hunter leads.
Sure, yeah, it's probably like 3rd or something. I thought he would be the leader, but it's almost like he's a mini leader on the side in the way Ki-Adi-Mundi was kind of supposed to be.
Yes.
I think they'll rework the Galactic Republic Jedi soon, so.
Oh.
Don't hold your breath. Unique 1, Boss of the Guild. That's a cool name. Very unique.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and for a leader, and for a podcast host.
And for a guild mate. Faye?
Brief is mine, Faye. Okay. Unique 1, Boss of the Guild. Final text. At the start of encounter, Greef gains stealth for 2 turns. Each time any bounty hunter earns their payout, allied bounty hunters' cooldowns are reduced by 1, and Greef also gains the following bonuses. 10% counter chance, crit avoidance, and max health stacking. So...
I mean, but when they all earn their payout at the same time, so really, you'll get, when the payoff goes out, you'll get 50% counter, crit avoidance, and max health all at once.
Technically, they gain their payout.
And reduce all your cooldowns to 0, right?
Yes. But technically, they gain their payout at the start of their turn. Which is why
really?
It'll stagger, the amounts you gain.
What? That's new to me. Cool.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Because they gotta,
what a wise boss of the guild you are.
and then do their stuff. Yeah,
they got to pick up their pup.
Yeah. So eventually, he'll have 50% counter chance, crit avoidance, and max health boosted. And all allied bounty hunters' cooldowns get reduced. That's pretty good. Especially for Greef with the high cooldowns on his.
Right. That's when you said the cooldown of 5 before, like, ooh, and 6, right?
Yes.
5 and 6.
Yeah, very high.
So it's almost like you're planning on, you hope that this goes off by his 3rd turn, and then you get to use them all again.
Yes. Good thinking. And then Greef Kargas payout, because he's not just a boss of the guild, but he also has a payout for bounties.
He's not just a customer. He's whatever president. I'm the customer too, something like that. I don't remember. Men's hair club or what was it? Something like that.
I don't remember.
Kids ask your parents. Nothing. All right.
The Greef Kargas payout. Final text. When Greef receives the rewards from a contract, he gains the following payout. Greef dispels all debuffs on bounty hunter allies, and he recovers 100% health and protection.
That's a lot.
Yes. Greef gains stealth for 1 turn at the end of each of his turns. Whenever Greef becomes inflicted with a debuff, his cooldowns are reduced by 1.
Oh, that'll help too.
Yes. So, each bounty hunter, once they fulfill the contract, I'm pretty sure it's when they start their turn, they'll gain, or maybe it's only 1 or 2 of the leads that do that, but whatever it is, when they fulfill their contract, when Greef finally takes his turn, everybody gets cleansed. He gets recovered back to perfect health. And then will be very hard to kill and hit because he's going to stealth every single turn.
Yeah. He is a very more than anyone else in payout dependent. If you get him there, he seems like gonna be good. He was also used in the event, and I thought did some good stuff in there with those things. Again, those events aren't really telling, but I guess Sarah, do you see Greef or Kara being used for anything bounty hunters couldn't be used for before? Does this, like, if you had them both ready, well, she's not a good bounty hunter example. No, Rebel or Scoundrel, Greef in particular, do you think, like, hey, before I wouldn't try him against Night Sisters, Geos, like Jedi Knight Revan, and now I would, or it still just keeps them where they are?
I don't know what I would use them for, because I'm thinking, like, if you're stealth, that doesn't mean, like, you're still going to get, like, plague is still going to spread to you. AoEs are still going to hit you.
Yes, but those are beneficial for him because he
his
cooldowns then.
Yeah. I don't know what I would use him for. I don't think I would use him, but I don't know enough about, I'm not a bounty hunter expert.
I think I would use him for sure. He's certainly better than the 4th bounty hunter.
I would put Cara Dune probably with Scoundrels over Rebels.
I hear you. I agree. I think
Rebels
I agree
have
with
tons
that.
of tanks already.
Yeah, you don't need another.
Which is what's annoying, that you can't make her a tank for your Scoundrels. Scoundrels don't have enough tanks.
I thought she was a tank for Scoundrels and an attacker for Rebels. Or maybe I
think Rebels tanked.
I'm reading it backwards.
Because she was on the front lines, not trying to hide. But now that she's underground...
Are we trying to use, like, actual in-game logic for that? That's not how they do these things.
No, for real.
No, but that is she is the rebel tank and the scoundrel sneaky.
That just seems weird.
No, I'm with Greef on this one. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't use Greef as a leader if I used him.
Yeah. I concur with that. That makes sense to me. Sir G, how about you?
I love Greef's character, Kit. I think there's a lot of potential. Especially when bounty hunters have always been pretty good, but they've kind of been dated and aged. But having another character that can mass assist, finally having a dispel for the team, I am not sure how they're going to end up. I do have an idea of what the retribution can be really helpful with Mando, but I'll wait till we talk about Mando's kit. But if you played with the First Order relic characters with General Hux's lead, you can see how an entire team countering can really wreck Darth Revan squads and just do a lot of damage. By getting Retribution and Tenacity up here on Bounty Hunters, it'll be really interesting to see the kind of damage they can put out when they're all countering. Cad Bane doing double tap, Jango with his powerful basic going twice.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think there's a lot of potential though.
Yep. I guess the main question for these two, if you were someone that wailed on characters, would you do it on either of these?
No.
Sir G?
I would not, because one, there's no new raid to use them in. No new territory battle that they are. I mean, they're light side. So you can't use them in the dark side TB with other bounty hunters.
Greef is useless in territory battles.
Kara would be okay on Hoth light side with all those Empire enemies.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what? She might be. I was thinking about it since we just went over a kit. She might be pretty good on a rebel squad. A CLS lead, you get turn meter for resisted debuffs or detrimental effects. So every 2 turns, she's going to try to do removing 50% turn meter. If she succeeds, that really helps out.
Yeah.
In even the Geonosis TB. And if she doesn't succeed, they still get 25% turn meter gain for all the rebels.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't released a new character that isn't better than a lot of the existing ones in a long time. But like I said, I just don't know that she's gonna. Like, I think she'd need to be like Relic 5 before you'd even consider replacing her with another rebel on your team type of thing. Where they're at.
And then Greef with Mando, I see a lot of potential. When we get to Mando's kit and how he is kind of like an Ewok elder.
Oh, yeah? Ewok elder?
Have you not looked at his kit?
No. I told you. I'm full Sarah this time.
Okay. Yeah, so you're a Mandalorian without even knowing what you do.
I just dive right in, said Sarah.
Yeah, see?
Right? I feel like that works tonight. Thanks, Sarah.
Well, he basically gives turn meter to the team when he critically hits. Spoiler alert for when Faye does his. But so then, if he's countering, you're not just doing more damage, but you're also gaining turn meter for the whole team when Mando counters. So there's potential there.
Yeah. It's a good point. All right, well then, on to number 3. The eponymous leader, the Mandalorian, has arrived in game with, to me, I mean, I'm surprised, like I said, that he's a marquee type of character, but also happy about it. Light side attacker, bounty hunter, and scoundrel. He has a lot longer kit than the other ones. Starting with his basic swift shot, physical damage, target enemy, gain critical chance up for 2 turns on a critical hit, grant another random bounty hunter ally critical chance up for 2 turns who does not already have it. All right. I honestly, like, at this point, if your team doesn't almost have 100% critical chance in almost anything, it's kind of strange. Am I wrong? Like, what percent of your hits on offense are critical hits? 80, 90?
Oh, God.
Just in general, I feel like it's a huge amount. So, anyway, but good. You always want critical chance. Special one, Transpierce. Is that a word? Transpierce? I mean, makes sense together.
But, it is now.
I guess. Cooldown of 3. Deal physical damage to target enemy and call another target bounty hunter ally to assist. Then the Mandalorian and the assisting ally gain critical damage up for 2 turns. Now that's nice. Add that with a local critical chance up. Again, you got yourself a nice stew. All right. Then on to the leader. So 1 basic, 1 special.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Granted ability.
Right.
I'll get there. Okay. I was like, that can't be true. Leader asset acquisition. This is a Zeta. All scoundrel allies have plus 20 speed, plus 35% tenacity, and plus 30% critical chance. When he is a leader, the following contract is active while buffed to score 20 critical hits against them. For the rest of the battle, when they get it, they also have plus 20% offense and health steal for each buffed ally. So, I mean, 100% offense is going to be fantastic, especially if you put that with a little Greef. Should be nice. Unique 1, disciplined bounty hunter, also a Zeta. So he's the only one of these that has 2. Yeah, just 2. Each time the Mandalorian scores a critical hit, he gains 30% turn meter, and the other bounty hunter allies gain half that amount. Hey, Sir G, you were talking about that. At the start of the encounter, the Mandalorian has bounty hunter's resolve until he is defeated. That's where they revive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you kill somebody after you've revived, you get it back.
Does he?
Or is that only...
I mean, I know. Does he get bounty hunter's resolve back?
If he kills somebody, would he get it back?
No.
Is that only Boba?
Well, Django does it too, but...
It's part of their kit specifically.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know if it was part of bounty hunter's resolved or part of their kit, but so it's still better. You gotta kill him twice.
Yeah.
And possibly 3 times if he's under a Django lead. Onto the Mandalorian payout. Whenever he receives a reward from a contract, he also gains the following payout. Grant plus 50% critical damage, so that's really skyrocketing. And the special ability Disintegrate until the end of battle. Disintegrate. While the Mandalorian has critical chance up or critical damage up, this ability instantly defeats target enemy, which can't be evaded. Enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. That sounds like an Annihilate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I mean, he needed to have, it is literally in 3 years, right? Since Nihilus came out?
Yeah.
Like February 2017. Each time Mandalorian scores a critical hit while buffed, reduce the cooldown of this ability. It has a cooldown of 8. Does the 8 start after?
No. It's off cooldown. It should be off cooldown when you fulfill the contract.
Thanks. I already played with him. I just didn't notice any of these things.
So he could use that ability right away?
Right away once he gets his contract. His payout.
Yikes.
Each time I'll do that. This ability can't be used unless the Mandalorian has critical chance up or critical damage up at the start of his turn. Obviously, it's not like he's going to get it in the middle of his turn and then get a go again. Whatever. Okay. That sounds like a bunch of cool stuff. So, I mean, 1 special kind of becomes another special, and then 1 unique. So a lot of text, but again, not super complicated. I don't think anyone's going to be using his leader. Sir G, tell me about using the Mandalorian and with Greef.
Yes. So his leadership is okay. I like that it's first in a long time that can do scoundrel stuff. not just bounty hunter stuff.
Yeah.
But then the rest of his kit is bounty hunter focused. I like that he's really simple, with just a basic and a special, with another special to unlock. I wish no way I'm going to wail on him, but I wish I could test having him with a bounty hunter squad versus the new Ray. Because if you aren't, one of the main struggles when fighting the new Ray is that when you try to kill a teammate and you get them below 60% health, that's when Ray goes crazy on you. But if you can just stay alive and get this cooldown, get the payout activated first, then kill General Kenobi, just an instant kill without having to get him to 60. I don't know if that will trigger Rey's thing, her ability where she can do the huge triple.
Yeah.
So then maybe with a bounty hunter squad, with all the healing and with Mando getting critical hits to reduce the cooldown faster than Nihilus does, maybe you can build a squad that can annihilate one by one until it's just Rey left, and then kill her.
But she's also dropping her 300k damage on the back. But yeah, I hear you. Because you're not, what you're saying is because it doesn't trigger it. I think if they die, it triggers too. I might be wrong on that. I mean, I use it, but I haven't been paying that much attention to it. That's a good point. That's a good point. Cool. Yeah, I'm excited for myself. Again, we'll back to the old. It's almost like you forget, but the marquees that aren't being used for other things. We'll have this in several months. I do think these will be used for other things, but to get the Baby Yoda in the future, we shall see. We shall see. All right, number 4. Recently, the Q&As have been straight trash because they're a waste of time. This Q&A was straight trash because it was straight trash.
Yeah.
Everything that I actually read this one and was like, really? So, as a couple of these were alluded to earlier, they did say live PvP is something people talk about, but not on their list, and went into more excuses as to why that won't be a thing. That's fine. I don't know. Did you guys ever expect, or do you ever expect live PvP to come to this game? I've never planned on it.
I don't think it'll ever come.
I never expected it. I don't really care whether they have it or not. But I do think it would be a cool addition. The Disney game that just came out, they have it, and it seems to work just fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is why it's kind of funny that they said that they can't figure out how it would work. I don't understand.
Just blows their mind. Another thing, I just had to say this too. Remember when they had their what do guild officers want thread?